What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series talk show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today we are going to be making our SDCC 2024 predictions for the Black Series. The figures we're probably going to see, the figures we might see, and the figures we dream about seeing.
Exactly. We'll be going through the pipeline, the official Hasbro pipeline, as well as some rumored figures that are officially rumored.
Right.
Basically 100% confirmed. And just spitball a little bit about what we think we shall see. So hit like, subscribe if you are new. We are always talking about the Black Series here on the channel. Nate, I always like to start off these predictions videos by simply going through the pipeline, just listing everything off and then sort of bringing it back, talking about which ones we'll actually see. In the current pipeline, we have IG-12, Grogu, and Enzelin pack. Nate, your favorite.
Yes.
Dedra Miro, the Imperial Armored Commando, Ahsoka Tano Peredia, aka Ahsoka the White, Luke Skywalker in his farm boy outfit, Princess Leia Organa from the first film, and Dagan
Yeah, Dagan.
from Jedi Survivor.
The game you love.
You already know. Never played it, but I love it.
Pretty decent pipeline we've got going at the moment. Little new media heavy, of course, but there's some good stuff in there. Dedra Miro sticks out to me. Most likely going to be reusing the Tala body, but that's okay. The Tala body is good. It's good enough.
Yeah, new sculpt, new engineering on a female Imperial officer sculpt. Pretty cool to see. I also think Ahsoka the White is very, very, very likely because Yakface did say that one of the next figures to go up for pre-order should be this.
Yeah, I think it was that.
Yeah, so I think Ahsoka is very likely, as well as the Imperial Armored Commando, since we got those Garoba leaks, which R.I.P. Garoba.
Garoba didn't really die, but the account got deleted.
Yeah.
Sent into oblivion. As to be expected.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of
That
time.
was some hardcore leakage happening
Yeah.
with that account. And we did see the Imperial Armored Commando as well as a couple other figures. So pretty much all of these from the pipeline I think are fair game. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw any one of these. Luke, we know he's going to be utilizing hard plastic and not toilet paper soft goods. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, as long as they nail the head, I think we're in really good shape for a really solid farm boy Luke. Leia would be great as well. I hope that they do also take the same approach with her, in all honesty.
Give her the vintage collection treatment.
Yeah, if they could just take that new Leia, blow that up to 6-inch, I'm down for it. I think, she's fine just kind of being a traffic cone. That's really all I need her to do personally, is kind of just stand there.
But that is the official pipeline. There's actually not that much stuff currently in the pipeline because they've just been doing so many reveals lately, I feel like, these past couple of months. But we do have a brand spanking new rumor from yakface.com, and that is the first clone commander since 2019 that is from a theatrical film, Revenge of the Sith, because I do not count Oppo. That's a 501st Army builder. But now Commander Bakara is rumored to be coming to the Black Series. Might even be marked as a Revenge of the Sith figure single release and not part of Clones of the Republic.
I recently said in my video about the new Veils figures how, these simple tweaks to clone troopers are like the designs we really want. Stuff like Neo, just a new helmet. Bakara finally coming. I'm just like, thank you. Like, this is so long awaited to finally get something that's not just like phase 1 or phase 2. We haven't even really gotten an ARC trooper in a while.
Yeah, and specifically with Bakara, he's one of those clones, a lot of them in Revenge of the Sith have this, where it's like just all these extra bits and details on their costume. Might even need a different overlay, in all honesty, for Bakara. We also know that the soft goods, the skirt piece is going to be soft goods. Phew! I can't wait to see the nice maroon soft goods on that figure. And I'm so hyped for this because they haven't done a Revenge of the Sith specific theatrical clone, because this appears briefly in Clone Wars Season 7.
Right.
But, and it's marketed as a Revenge of the Sith figure. I'm like, how are they going to handle a pure live action clone? Like, I'm really excited to see how good this looks.
Yeah. And hopefully this leads us to the Galactic Marine.
Oh, 100%. We need it. And it's some good synergy because Kiadi Mundi just came out in the Black Series as well. So we need his clone commander naturally to gun him down.
Right. You need that for the display. And so we do have some other rumored figures as well to go over. These are pretty much, all but confirmed.
Yeah.
So we have the Range Trooper from Andor, which is a retool. We have Holocom Collection Emperor Palpatine.
Hey.
Phase 1 Captain Rex. Darth Maul, this is the single release. Ortolan from Skeleton Crew. And, of course, Anakin and Obi-Wan, new Revenge of the Sith sculpts.
Yes, Nate. These are all pretty hype. I'll say it. Just looking down the list, Commander Bacaro, just talked about him. Pure hype. Range Trooper from Andor. This is going to be like a Season 2 look. It's not that you missed the Range Troopers in Andor Season 1. Allegedly, this is going to be a Season 2 sort of Range Trooper. And similar to almost all Star Wars, it's going to be a slightly different look of the troopers so they can sell more toys, and then we're going to buy them, Nate.
Yep, especially because now that Andor is our last bastion of quality Disney Plus Star Wars shows.
Yes.
I'm going to support Andor a little bit harder, probably.
Yeah.
Just to show support.
100%. It's so good, and I'm very excited for Season 2. Holocom Collection, Emperor Palpatine. I mean, this is perhaps the character who has appeared as a hologram the most in the entire saga. This is a common sense pick right there with Vader.
Right.
Very excited to see Emperor Palpatine.
It's definitely going to suffer the same issues as all the Holocom figures because it's not going to be designed to have light piping through it.
Of course.
But I think it will still be cool to have just like Vader. I'm very curious once we get Vader in hand to see how the light, if it's even going to pass through the soft goods.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. How thick are those soft goods going to be?
Right. So I'll be very curious to see how they pull off the Emperor, but again, at least it's a good Holocom pick, and it makes sense.
Yeah. Phase 1 Captain Rex, that's another one, easy pickup.
Yep.
Appeared recently in the Ahsoka series, so I'm more than down for that. The Darth Maul single release is confirmed. He's on the Phantom Menace mural. It's going to be the same new sculpt for Maul, but it's not going to have the soft goods cloak. That is 100% confirmed. It's just going to be the same new Maul.
Yep.
Probably pass on that one since there's so many other avenues of getting that Maul.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the moment, I'm already in for 2 out of 3 of them, so I'm definitely going to be passing on the single release.
And the Ortolan from the Skeleton Crew is the Max Rebo species. So that's like the blue elephant character from Skeleton Crew. There's like some sort of leaked image. There's no chance they can reuse it for Max Rebo, I don't think. But I like aliens. And it's like that specific character is confirmed. I think his name is like Nettle or Nettle, Needle. I don't know.
I don't know anything about Skeleton Crew. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I really don't know anything either. But honestly, I do expect more Skeleton Crew figures. It's a Disney Plus series. I'm sure it's going to have a mainline wave or 2 dedicated to it. Similar to Acolyte or Ahsoka. Kenobi, Andor, the new media shows always get at least a wave or 2 dedicated to it. So I definitely suspect we will see more Skeleton Crew figures. And of course, the Anakin and Obi-Wan, that's been a hype rumor ever since that one episode of Black Series Cantina.
Although we have heard, definitely, maybe kind of sort of through the grapevine, that we'll see these in 2025.
Yeah, not this year, guys. I'm so sorry.
We do also have 2 A-list figures that we don't know what they're going to be. Of course, this is just the, repack line in Galaxy packaging.
Yep.
So it's going to be 2 figures that already exist, but we just don't know what they are. But there's 2 of them rumored.
Probably some heavy hitter. Clone Wars Obi-Wan and Anakin?
That'd be a good start.
Repack them in Clone Wars Galaxy packaging?
That would be a good pick. That would be a really good
I'm locking
pick.
that in right now. Let's get that. Down with exclusives. Screw that. I don't care how valuable they are in the aftermarket. More people need those figures. Anakin, Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars. A-lister. We also have those Garoba leaks where we don't really know the character. Well, for one, we do. There's a Cassian Season 2 look where it straight up is his costume from Season 2. The concept art that you see pretty much confirmed that's Cassian. And then there's also a pirate-looking warrior dude.
Right.
Kind of looks a little Mando Season 3-ish. Kind of looks like it could be from Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean more towards it's something new that we haven't seen yet. Just because I was looking over some of the pirate pictures from Mando Season 3 after we last talked about it, and none of them really quite match,
Right. Yak also recently pointed out that the Night Trooper that comes with Captain Enoch is identical to Ezra Bridger's Night Trooper disguise from the end of Ahsoka. Down to the cracks and the gold paneling,
Crazy.
the ribbons. The only thing that is different is the helmet. So you know what that means. Ezra head, right on the torso, different helmet. Different helmet deco on the Stormtrooper helmet.
Which for something like this, that's a cop. The helmet's going to be different, that's a cop.
Because then you can just use it as an additional Night Trooper. Because the helmet is different in the scene, so...
Right. It's not going to be Ezra on my shelf. It's going to be another Night Trooper.
Same. Absolutely same. But I do think it's just funny. It's literally the exact same design.
Yep. When I saw the side-by-side, I was like, oh, wow. And that, went over everyone's heads for all this time.
Shout out to Yakface. Always doing their due diligence.
Right. Hopefully we also get to see Moff Gideon in the Dark Trooper armor. I think this is a figure that we absolutely need. If they're going to do stuff from Mando Season 3, at least give us the stuff that looked really cool.
Yeah. I think this figure is coming. I do think we may have heard from the grapevine.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, and they're doing the Imperial Armored Commando, so I mean, how are they going to do that figure and not Dark Trooper Moff Gideon? We're getting the helmet.
Whoopee.
So we have to get the 1/12 figure. But that is pretty much everything that we predict or know about to a certain degree of these are for sure coming. These are pretty much all for sure coming. So now, Nate, I'll pass it to you. What are some of your fantasy picks?
My number one shooting for the stars pick right now is Roran Korob, which is the Ithorian Jedi from Tartakovsky Clone Wars, only because we obviously have Doc Ondar in the line. We're going to have Momon Nadan sooner than later. So I feel like there's a great opportunity to just do a little bit of new, where is he? If we inspect Roran real quick, some hands, a head, the legs,
different overlay.
I think they could make this happen.
Well, yeah, because Momon Nadan has a different head sculpt, which is the last thing I expected from Hammerhead. I thought it was just going to be the Doc Ondar straight up reuse, but they did a new head sculpt for that figure, which still blows my mind. So I think a little bit of retooling, a little different overlay or something like that. Give us a Roran Korob. I'd be down for that. That'd be a pickup all day.
Just because the Acolyte ended this week, how about a figure of the Stranger?
Yeah.
I feel like despite our feelings on the show, which especially now that it's over, I think we can definitively say bad.
Bad show.
But it's okay. It's okay if you liked it. It's okay that we didn't like it. But Keimer, the Stranger, coolest part of the show. Episode 5, that lightsaber fight, awesome.
Well, it helps that he's the only character in the show that has personality and isn't just a wooden, stoic... That creature came over, and then it died. The Stranger is definitely going to get a figure, though. Chimere. 100%. Like, that figure is coming. I'd be curious to see if they do a second Acolyte wave, because there's still a handful of figures like Vernestra, Kelnaka, Torben, the Stranger. Like, that's 4 right there.
Yeah.
What else you got for me? What else you got?
All right. So we know we're getting a new Luke, which is great. We've desperately needed a New Hope Luke. Leia as well. But I really feel like deep down, Han Solo needs a new figure.
Oh, 100%.
Probably not more than Luke, but more than Leia.
More than Leia, for sure.
I didn't mind the last archive A New Hope Leia. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, same.
But probably if you go back and watch my review, I say it's awesome. I know someone's gonna say it. Someone's gonna say it.
Opinions can't change over time. Damn it!
No, they can't. You can't be excited when you get a figure either. It's not possible. But Han Solo is such a bad figure. And then they re-released him in the Power of the Force nostalgia packaging with the photoreal head, and it's like, great. This did nothing.
Yeah, it's more bearable of a figure. Like, I could stick him in the cantina sitting down, waiting to take out Greedo, but you're absolutely correct. For such an iconic and important character, we need a new sculpt. It's a 2013 sculpt. This ain't TVC.
Yeah.
We're not using 15, 16-year-old sculpts, so they better not be pushing it into TVC levels of, decades-old reuse.
I think pretty much everyone that collects the Black Series that has the A New Hope figures is ready and willing to buy them and make upgrades, as a lot of us have specifically turned to, the SH Figuarts line to replace those figures, because Hasbro's just like dragging their feet. They took forever to finally... How many times did they re-release Toilet Paper Luke before we're finally getting this new one?
Too many times.
Too many.
For me, I got one for you, Nate.
All right.
I got one for you, Nate. It's a very simple figure.
Cook.
Highly desirable, much needed in the line. It's one of our most desirable figures in the line, and that is the Imperial Gunner. I think it's time for the Imperial Gunner. There are so many pieces of Imperials that have the modern Black Series sculpt work. They can mix and match, do a little overlay, helmet. We're done. It's really all we need.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when, there's 3D printed kits out there where it's the overlay and the helmet, and you put it on the Death Star officer body, and it just looks pretty much perfect. You're like, okay, this is great.
It's such an easy figure that I think it's time for them to do it. However, they are also celebrating the prequels this year, 2023, and I don't really have any specific predictions for that, but I do hope they double, triple, quadruple down on what they've been doing, because they've been cooking lately between Sidious, Super Battle Droid with the blast effect, Droidica, Kid Haddington, Padme. They're going to do Bakara, Gree, and prequel Yoda with the chair. I mean, they're cooking, Nate.
They are.
And I want them to turn the burner all the way to 6. On the bottom right burner, because that's the one you use. That's the one you use. I want them to go to the bottom right burner and just crank that shit to maximum heat. And I want them to do more prequel stuff, prequel film stuff, not just prequel era, specifically prequel film stuff. I want to see a little bit more of that, and I want them to continue the hype train.
And there you go. There's what we want to see at this year's SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con. Will we see any of this stuff? Maybe. We'll probably see some of it.
Yeah, some.
SDCC, I feel like, is usually pretty good. However, sometimes they like to focus on repaints and...
Because didn't they do a whole wave of credit collection, or was it the Christmas figures?
It was one of them. It was either or, which
And the crowd is just,
they're
yeah.
equally as bad in terms of revealing them at an event where like your fans are going to be in attendance. Save that shit for yahoonews.com.
Yeah.
And give us,
Yeah.
you know, the hot fire, just straight gas reveals.
Another common trend is saving reveals to randomly drop the
Right.
very next day or within that week.
Yep.
And it's usually some really common sense hot fire like hype reveals that they choose to omit from their live streams, their panels, their events, the cons that they're at, and then they just randomly give it to Yoda's Den 123 at yahoonews.com.
Right. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. If you are in a position to help support us directly, we do also offer a couple different channel membership tiers. Definitely check those out in the description down below. Also join our Discord, which is, again, in the description. Great place to get connected with the community. And Justin, yapping, always.
100%.
Certified yapper. Of course, we got to give a huge shout out and a special thank you, though, to all of our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.